Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. I'm going to give you a tutorial today. I'm going to try to teach you how to start this Airbus, Boeing 737-800 from PMDG in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are currently at Brussels Airport. I'm going to try to get this jetway from here. This is your default start with the doors open and the stairs here. And I'm going to learn how to teach you how to start up this plane. I'm going to also work with ILS for a beautiful approach, and with Autopilot and everything. I'm going to teach you everything in easy steps that you need to learn about this aircraft. Alright, let's first start to wake up this airplane by pressing the battery button like this. The cap, you can go do it to on and then the cap down, or just the cap down immediately. Then you need to go to standby power. I will just change my view in a second. Voila. Then you open this, change it to battery, go to normal view again. Alright, and then we are going to call ground power. So you go to FS Actions, Ground Services, and request the ground power. When it's connected, you go above here, and you are going to select the ground power switch to on. You see, it's going to be connected in a few minutes, seconds. When you look outside, you see the card here, and it's connected. So when it says release, you can switch this to on. Right, you can hear it's on now. It's quite loud. Then you are going to switch on these window heat buttons, all 4. Then switch the ILS buttons to nav on both sides. They will go from the C to a line like this, and here also. I will give the checks, all the things I'm doing right now. I'm going to give it on a Word document at the end of the video. I'm going to show it in the video, so you can do a print screen and then see it afterwards when you are starting up your plane. So when your IRS are in a line, you are going down here again, and you can request whatever you want, like a fuel truck. You can request that when you are not happy with this is now about 55%, I think, and I'm going to fly to Gatwick, so that's alright for me. You can request that. Then here you can change this to jetway, and then this will disconnect, and I need to call the jetway to connection. The door is also going to close, so that's well, alright. Then you need to set this. Oh, wait a second. You see here it says 160. That's how many people there are in the plane right now. So you need to change that by going to return. It's default that it's going to 60 or a bit less sometimes. You press set empty, and then you can refill it like it's a real flight. Go back to here. Alright. Set how many passengers you want. 160 is the limit, 12 in first class, 142 in normal economy class. I'm going to do not a lot, 136, that's alright. And then I'm going to open ATC right here. Alright, ground services.
Brussels ground, United 7378 Whiskey. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
United 7378 Whiskey.
That's going to connect.
Is going to be connected.
And then open the door. The return doors open. Great. And then the boarding can start. Start boarding. And then here you can request the cards and loaders and set how many you want. You can do about 6,000 or 7,000. That I think is the limit. But I'm going to do a lightweight flight today. I think 3,250. And then 0548. That's alright. They will connect here. If you look outside, you can see they are going to come. They take a long time, so that's alright. Alright, let's go back in the plane. Let's do the other stuff now. We are also going to FMC, and we are going to enter the coordinates and the flight plan. When it's a default plane from Microsoft Flight Simulator itself, it takes the flight plan from when you want to fly before you go in the aircraft. It takes that flight plan that you entered in Microsoft Flight Simulator to this directly. It's not the case in PMDG aircraft, so you put it in yourself. I'm going to do it very easy. You just select this and that. I'm not going to tell you how it's done quicker and more precise maybe, but this is alright. It's precise enough. It's precise. I mean, it's very good. You don't have any problems if you do this. Then for the route, we're going to here, you're going here, and then you select your route that you want. I'm taking off from Brussels Airport, that's EBBR, right here, and going to Gatwick Airport, it's EGKK. Then departure and arrivals, right here. Departure, you select the runway that you want to go on. I'm going to do from 25 right. Go back to departure and arrival, and then here I'm going to do 26 left. If you can, you want to select ILS or ILSW for the charts we are going to work with. Don't worry, I will explain it in a minute. Try to do ILS, or if it's not there, just select the other one. It does care a bit, but it's alright. Just try to do ILS. Put it in here. Alright, that's done. Go back to route. You see, it's the runway that we selected is in here. So activate this, then execute. Go to the next page. Select the top one here. Put this here. Then there. Copy, paste, and execute. Now you see the flight plan here is in here. If you switch this button, you can zoom in or out. Gatwick is right there, but if you're going to turn, you can see it more clearly. But I'm just going to zoom in whole because the runway is right there somewhere. Alright, we are ready with the flight plan, so I'm going to look in ground services if that's almost done. These are ready, so we can start with the baggage loading. This is still loading. Okay, now for the top part again, we are now going to start the APU. That's this switch here, next to the taxi lights. Just switches to on, then another time down to start. Hold 3 seconds. You just have to click once on PC, and then it will automatically come back up. Then you select these 2 switches. These are the fuel pumps, only these 2, and you need to pay close attention to this one. This will go up, then down, and then this light will go on. Meanwhile, we can select the autopilot or something, but I'm just gonna wait a second. Great, now the light is on. You can switch these 2 APU generators to on, down, and down. Alright, when these are on, you can go here to this panel right here and select the APU bleed to on. That's great. Then when that's done, you are going to disconnect the engine, let's see, how is it called again? Ground power, I mean that. Also, just always when I'm here, you're going to select the I'm going to do, wait, the altitude where you want to cruise, your cruising altitude. I'm going to do it at 25,000. That's quite low actually. You can do it about 340 is a normal. 34,000 is more accurate I think. But for a flight to Gatwick, maybe I'm going to set it to 20,000 even. Like this. Alright, then here, ground power release. So that's that. And now we are going to, when it's disconnected, alright, this will go. We are going to put on the other fuel pumps on this panel. So when that's all on, you can switch these hydraulic pumps on between these engine thingies. I don't know, I don't exactly know what this is. This is always on, just hydraulic pumps on, right there. Alright, then now we are going to switch on the engines. How to do that is just simple. Just do this, select this button to ground. This is for the second engine. We're going to do this one first to ground, and then you are going to see this light appearing here. Then when that has appeared, you can switch this one on. Great. Then these lights are going when it's fully on the engine. These lights are going to go off both, but first this one, and when this one is off, voila, like this, you can select this one, and then that, and this one can start also. Great. When these are both gone, we can move on to the next step. Alright, great. The two engines are on, so we can switch on the engine generators here. This one and that one. And you'll see this light appearing here, so you can switch off the APU generators. And when you switch off the APU generators, you can switch off the APU bleed and APU in its whole to off. Great. Alright, when you switch off the APU, you are going to select the yaw damper to on, the emergency lights to armed, then this cap off, on this button, then this probe heat, both ones, and then all the lights you need, tax lights as well. Alright, now for the autopilot panel, you are going to select the altitude, the same one as here, so 20,000 in my case. Then the speed, 340 yaws is the max that you can do. When you go higher, you go in the red zone, and it can damage the plane, and you will hear an alarm as well. So I'm just going to play it safe, and I'm going to do it at 320. That is the cruising speed, so it will not be always 320. Then the heading will not be necessary for now. That is the manual heading. That is, you can control this with that. You see, if you look at, voila. But I'm not going to use it now. You have to push this button and everything. I will push while in flight. I can push this button, and it will just follow the purple line. And when I push this button, it will follow this height here, this altitude. Alright, now we're going to switch on this one first, this switch, and then that one, that one, like this. You have to see this light appearing here and not there. Then it's it's crucial for your flight. And what that is you can see here, here will appear a line that you can follow while you are flying manually. You can follow this line to follow that line, to follow the purple line. That will direct you to this path. The y/s will help you. That's the horizontal line, and that will help you with the height. So if you flick that on while in flight, you can use that as well. Right, now we're ready with the autopilot. The autopilot button is this one. It can only you can only switch it on in flight, and this is the auto throttle, and this will follow this. So if you flick this on, the throttle will automatically go to this one, if it's possible, of course. If you're going straight up, it will not reach this one. Just an example. Alright, we're gonna see. This one is ready. Yes, the SR is ready, so we can disconnect this. If you see engine or ENG inhabited or something, you can just still flick it, and they will deattach. It's no problem. Great. Here, the jetway can be disconnected as well. These are done. So we go to ATC, jetway disconnection.
Brussels ground, United 7378 Whiskey. Could you please disconnect the jetway from the aircraft?
Alright, great. The doors can be closed as well, so we go to doors, close door. And then what is also handy is the chocks. If you look outside, oh, that's very loud. I'm not gonna do that. You see, these are shit. All right. The shocks are the bars in front of the wheels that prevents the wheels from rolling, so you can't move the plane when these are attached. So you remove the shocks. If your auto brake is not on, well, in my case it's not. In my case it's not. So you need to push the brake and see if you're still not rolling. That's important, that you're not going forward or something. Alright, now the ILS, it's a bit difficult, or yes, it is actually. You have to look up a chart for your destination. I'm here, I have an iPad here, and I'm going to look up the EGKK destination from ILS for ILS runway 26 left. Alright, give me a second. Okay, so if you have this chart, you can just look it up online. You see here when it says 260 degrees, you see that you have to put in the course, so where you are going to land. You have to see something like this with like an arrow or something from an arrow and a bow. It looks like an arrow of that, and you see 260 degrees, so you turn it until you have 260 degrees. Alright, in your case it's not going to be 260 exactly, it's going to be another number. Alright, then the other thing that you need to enter is right here down this thingy. You want to switch this off, you don't need that. This, alright. You see here 110.9. That is the ILS DME that you have to fill in here. Alright, so 110.9. That's the ILS. So you switch it and you have this 110.9. That's it. So you have these both on 110.9. In your case it's different, of course, but in my case it's this. And you have to do these both only when you have to you want to do a direct fly-in in the runway, so a direct approach, and I want to do that, so in my case it's perfect. Great, so that is good. We now are going to request pushback. So go to the ATC, request pushback.
Brussels ground, United 7378 Whiskey requesting pushback.
United 7378 Whiskey pushback request accepted.
And now a little time lapse until we are at the runway. This is all you need to know for starting the airplane. I'll see you at the runway. Alright, now we are at a runway right now, and we are now going to switch the taxi lights off, runway lights on, landing lights on. Although it's landing lights, you can you still need to, or you can, of course, it's still Flight Simulator, it's not real. You can just retract the landing lights, that's great. Then for these lights, wing and wheel lights, you can put this both on. Wing lights don't necessarily have to, that's mostly for landing, I think, I don't know exactly. But wing lights don't have to. Wheel lights are quite handy when you're on the ground still, for, you know what, that's not necessary. So, great, we are ready for takeoff, almost. We just have to put the flaps. I always do it to 2%, not too much. That's alright. You can do it 5% or more. It's okay. This can go up. Alright. You see the line here that appears in this middle here, and then that horizontal line, that is because I flicked on these LNAV and VS. Alright, when this first checkpoint right here reaches 50 nautical miles away from the airport, you can start the landing sequence. 50 is between this one and that one, 60 and 40. So I like to do it manually, but you can just lower this down and lower that a little, but I like to do it manually. That sound is just the autopilot that goes off. Alright, from here, your landing lights, wheel lights, oh, not that. Alright, and then we can have landing. I'll see you in a bit. When you are closer to the runway, you can start activating the approach button, and then you can do an ILS landing with these crystals of diamonds, as they call it. You can make the perfect approach. So you just put them in the middle, try to put them in the middle, and then you can make the perfect approach.
Tower, United 7378 Whiskey is 3 miles east, 500 feet, call to land.
United 7378 Whiskey Tower. Altimeter 30.33, wind 060, L12. Make straight runway 26 left.
Make straight runway 26 left, United 7378 Whiskey. Whiskey.
100, 50, 30, 20, 10.
United 7378 Whiskey, you are not cleared to land. Clear the runway. United 7378 Whiskey, you are not cleared to land. Clear the runway.
So that was the tutorial for today. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot of it. I'm now going to the gate, that's not that important. For switching it off, you just do the same way as you did before. It's not that hard to switch it off, so that's great. Alright, I hope you learned a lot of this video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.